Donnie and Dolly, the team is supported by ableauctions.ca. Closing your business? We can help.
Just ahead of Megan Howes, Donnie and Dolly brought to you by Able Auctions. Delaney's OK Tire and Langley inbox. I want to mention this, but I just lost it here. Oh, there you go. Wayne and Courtney. Didn't Evander Holmes sing Electric Avenue?
Hey, Electric Avenue, Eddie Grant, before this show's over, you're going to hear it. It was a good tune.
Stay tuned for that. Right now, though, it's Megan Howes joining us. This past Sunday at the South Surrey Arena, Surrey Eagles versus the Langley Rivermen. The game was worked by the first all-female officiating crew to work a game at the Canadian Junior A level. The four women, Grace Barlow, Megan Howes, were the referees. Melissa Brunn, and Colleen Geddes worked the lines. I hope I'm getting all those names right. And joining us now, there's four of them there. Joining us now is Megan Howes, one of the referees. Megan, thanks so much for doing this. How are you?
Doing well. How are you guys?
Very good, very good.
Very well, very well. What was Sunday's experience like?
Pretty amazing. Definitely encouraging, supportive, all of the buzzwords that we'd love to throw in there. And I think it really gave us a good opportunity to have some fun.
How'd you feel before the game?
Pretty pumped. We were all getting hyped in a room. We don't normally get to be like that with each other. We're always on the go for our games. And this game, we felt we could take some time to cherish the moment. And I think that's what we set out to do and got there. So nice.
How important do you think that moment was, that event was, in terms of acceptance, Megan?
I think it was pretty empowering. There were lots of people who came out to watch. My family, my peers' family, so Mel's family, Colleen's, and Grace's. And then all of our officiating coaches tuned in either remotely or came to see the game, which was pretty cool. And then, of course, the young fans in the stands, seeing their faces as we took to the ice was great.
Megan, take us on your journey right from the beginning when you said to yourself one day, you know what, I want to do this. I want to be a ref or a linesman. Just take us on the journey from day one all the way to Sunday.
I started out refereeing because my mom asked me to. My brother had refereed already, and I actually started refereeing ringette. And my mom was really heavily involved in the ringette program. And when my brother was starting to referee, my mom was like, well, why don't you try it? I'd never played. I'd never done any of that. So I jumped in as an official, kind of freaked out a little bit. And then, much to my brother's chagrin, I ended up doing pretty okay. And, he basically bet me, you won't make it the year. That's it. You're done. And sheer grit and perseverance. No, I was absolutely not going to let my brother win. And here we are today. My brother and I have done some games together, even at the junior A level, which is pretty awesome.
Megan, everyone talks about the penalties and all that stuff. Something no one ever talks about with officials is skating and the speed. Did you notice the speed at the BC Hockey League level? Because you would have done minor hockey. But just to be you have to be a good skater as well, Megan.
Absolutely. They're athletes out there, right? They train, they hit the gym, they're on the ice. And as much as I'd love to be on the ice as much as them, I can't. So a lot of my training and skating comes from off the ice. And when I actually get to be at those games with those players, yes, skating is definitely has to be top notch.
Megan, go to the game itself. You've got Langley and Surrey. It's a great rivalry. They've had some heated games over the years, let's be honest. It could have been extra spicy. Anyways, tell us how the game went from your perspective.
I was pretty surprised at how the game went, actually. It went really well, fairly smooth. I wouldn't have minded some extra spiciness, to be perfectly honest. But I think the players, they played their game like they normally would, and that's really all anybody can ask for, especially on a game with 4 officials that are female, right? play the game like you would any other.
Yep.
It's not a special event. It's just a game. And I think that's what the greatest things that came out of this game was.
Do you feel you're treated any differently, Megan, by players and or coaches because you're female?
I wouldn't say differently. It depends on the situation. Sometimes I would like to be treated differently, and since the hockey could be a little bit emotional, and we could all benefit from taking a step back and looking at it from a different perspective. But that comes with just wearing the stripes and not necessarily being male or female.
So you think, by and large, there is respect?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. There's maybe even abundance of it sometimes because people go out of their way to cater to the fact that we might be female. We might feel differently or see things differently. But that's also, coming to the dressing room bit. What might be different from a male dressing room from a female dressing room? What might be different from communication styles? What might be different from our experience as a whole because of my path through officiating might be different than a male official's. Right. So there's that piece as well.
We're talking with Megan Howes. Any stories you can share when you were called names or showed a lack of respect because of your gender? Anything stick out?
I think the one thing that I keep hearing all that often is, do you even know hockey? Do you even know what's going on? Are you even watching? And I don't know if that's a dig at because I don't know what body checking is like as an official, or as a player for that matter. But it might just be an immediate doubt of my abilities. But that's stemming from the emotion of the game, of course. Everybody thinks that they know better.
So how do you react to that when you hear that?
I'm doing my best. I say a lot of things like, I'm doing my best. This is what I've got. And we can talk about it all you want, but at the end of the day, it's up to me. It's my game. And you got to listen. So if they don't accept it, that's up to them. They can challenge respectfully, but as soon as it becomes disrespect, we have our penalties to deal with.
Megan, it was so good. The junior A level. What's next? Western Hockey League, American League, NHL. Where are we going? What are the goals?
That's a great question. My goals in officiating are to have some fun. There's a lot of pressure to go on to the next level. As much as I'd love to be challenged more, it's something that I'd like to have, but not necessarily need to have. So going on to the Western Hockey League, we've had Alex Clark work her first game as the first female official ever just this past season. And that means that there's more opportunity for other females. But I don't know if that's the next step for me. There's lots of female hockey to work. Eventually, I'd like to go to the international world and step on the international stage at the female level. And then we'll see how junior A works out.
Megan, this has been fabulous. Thanks so much for doing this. All the best. You're a trailblazer.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me on.
All the best.
Problem.
All the best.
No problem. Love the background, too. Megan Howes, BCHL referee. And again, a shout-out to not just Megan, but Grace Barlow, Melissa Brunn, and Colleen Geddes, who worked that game, Surrey against Langley.